Since I brought it anyway, I might as well use it for this little spoken word piece. Improv as usual. Toy soldiers. Every boy I know who has had at one point in their lives wanted to be a soldier. Either a soldier, a warrior, a prince, a conqueror, a pirate, or anything to do with battle or war. I have never met a man, in the definition of the word, who has never thought of being a soldier or a warrior at any point in their life. So if you can please look at this little toy and see what you remember just by holding it or seeing it and looking at the image, what's carved in it, although it's cheap plastic by now, but try to remember what you were doing with it when you were a little kid and what you were imagining to do when you were a little kid. There is a line between being mediocre and being excellent. There is a line between being common and great. There's a line between being ordinary and extraordinary. There is a line between being just simple to being supernatural or being beyond what you ever have imagined. And as a little kid looking at this toy, he has always thought of himself as somebody great, or at least somebody who will be great someday, as somebody who will be a somebody someday. But it comes this time in this life when you suddenly think for yourself, like, where's that somebody? Am I a somebody? But most of the time you think you're a nobody. But there's always a line where you can draw yourself between being that somebody and being the nobody you think you are now. There is this line where you can just stay here or cross that line to go to that far beyond place where you imagine yourself to be. Have you ever drawn that line for yourself? Have you ever drawn the line, or have you ever seen yourself between that line? Or call it a crossroad. Line, crossroad, the end of the road, or a doorway, pathway, door, whatever you call it. It's always that space between the you now and the you that you want to be. But there's one thing I know. Everyone has a choice. When you draw that line, you have to cross it. You have the choice between staying here and going over there. You have the choice of just sitting in your butt and just wishing you had been the best person you ever will be or ever wanted to be. Then take the first step, or the tiny little step, to be the next person, to be stepping on that next line, or stepping into that next level to the greatness that you have to achieve. Coming at this first part of the year, you always draw big goals, or whatever you call it. And you've always thought of yourself that this year will be the year for me. But somehow when you draw that faith goal, or even that year's resolution, you somehow think for yourself, gosh, that's impossible. I didn't think it's possible. I'd rather not do it anyway. But you know what? Once you write something down, you know deep down inside, deep down back at the back of your head, you have wanted it to be done. And you have a choice to let that happen. So if you look at this little soldier again, or the toy, or that grenade launcher, or that airplane, now's the time. It is actually not a crossroad, it is a battle. It is a battle of the mind. And it is a battle that you have to fight. You can be this little soldier, little as he may be, but he's part of a battle. And the battle is between your mind, your soul, and your heart. Actually, the real battle is in the search of the real heart, or in search of the true self. The battle is for you to fight that enemy. And what is that enemy? That enemy is actually mediocrity, or self-destruction, or self-pity, low self-esteem, or whatever negative things you call it. But the real enemy is the old self. Because that is the last opponent you have to fight. And once you fight that battle, once you overcome the last opponent, you will know that you are on your way to victory. There is a line between the you now and the you that you will be. Where you will be, where you will go next, it's all up to you.